guys, good to have you here. So today we're going to be discussing financial management for the business owner or the freelancer. So we've had amazing discussions since morning, from blogging to affiliate marketing to Amazon KDB. So I'm here to show you how to manage these funds. So first of all, we're going to be asking, what is money to you? Why do you want money? Is it just some random paper that you think everybody has or should have? Okay, so does it address any need? What does it do for you? So there's a person here who thinks my parents have money, so I think it's something nice for me to have. It does not solve any problem per se. All my needs are met. So for that person, it might not hold so much value, it might not hold so much weight. So that person might just treat it, lightly. So for you who is looking for six figures, what is money to you? So now we've identified what money is to you. How do you make money? Which one of these skills do you have? Which one of these businesses are you choosing to go into? How many streams of income do you have? What does each one of them bring for you? So let's say I'm into ClickBank affiliate marketing and I am making $1,000 per month. So I can say this is how much money I make from ClickBank in a month. And then I'm making, let's say, $300,000 from crypto monthly. Then I identify that this is, so I am hereby I'm identifying my income, how my money comes in. So that is one very key part of financial planning. You have to identify how your money comes in. You're not just clueless, it does not just happen random, you're not just relying on gifts. Auntie A gives me this, Auntie B gives me that. So because we are concentrating on business owners and those who are actually working out their incomes, we're going to be very, very specific about how our money comes in. We've left the stage of someone a dependent on another person, hoping that someone just wakes up and then dashes you $10,000 or $1,000. No, we're talking about people who are going out for their money, who are working for their money. So, so after identifying how your income comes in, we're not going to identify what do you do with your income. So there are certain persons who spend way more than they earn. Because if you calculate how much expenses you make every day, how much expenses you make weekly, how much expenses you make monthly, and then you put it side by side with your income. So here is it. I was going out one of those days to deliver a product, and I was going to go and pick money from another place that was, okay, so money for certain goods were kept aside and money for certain goods were kept one side. So I was going to go and deliver goods A. And then I picked money from goods B. And who does that? You have to identify your expenses for certain products, certain businesses, what you are doing. If you run ads for one of your businesses, make sure you put ads as part of your expenses. Now I'm talking to business owners. So make sure you put ads as part of your expenses. If you subscribe, you have data, you do the data subscription, 1,000 naira monthly. I know that does not work. 5,000 naira monthly. Put it down. You have to buy fuel, put it down. Whatever expenses you incur. So now so many persons might not know that. That's why there's now for a solution to that problem, for those who don't know how much they spend per let's say let's spend per product or spend per business. Now the solution for you from now on, before you make your complete financial plan or financial management plan, is that you identify how much you spend every day. So let's say in the morning you wake up, if you're a bachelor, if you're a spinster, or if you are married, you wake up and then there's money that's set aside for food, for breakfast. Then that's one side. There's money that's set aside for fuel. There's money that's set aside for data subscription. There's money that's set aside for um, call time, airtime. You now specify these funds. One, identify the ones that are for your business, identify for the ones that are for running of your household. So you can identify what and what you spend. But sometimes we make the mistakes of putting everything under the household, and then at the end of the day, we don't make correct calculations for our net income. So that's when you subtract your profits from your total expenses. So to identify your income, you have to first know what and what you are spending for that particular business. So now let's move to the next point. How many streams do you have? Okay, we have attended to that. So now, what's your income? We've also addressed that. Now, what is your expenditure? We've addressed your expenditure. So now, the next thing you're going to be asking yourself is, what does financial independence look like to you? So if I spend, if my income is $1,000 monthly, and I spend $800 per month, I can say I only have a surplus of $200. So maybe for me, financial independence for the age of 28 or for the age of 29 is that I have a minimum of $200 every month after spending everything. So now there's the thing we don't know, that we don't keep our financial independence till when we're in 50s, when we're in our 60s. We can begin to make financial independence plans from your 25, from your 26 years, from your 27 years. It's just that there's now the flexibility quotient to it. It has the ability to change from time to time. So now that's where we put the quota for growth. We don't make plans that are not achievable. We don't make plans that are not attainable. So if I say I am beginning blog, I want to start blogging, and I am starting with $100. What is my possibility of growing? What's my possibility of growth? Do I have that index there? Am I planning for it? Am I thinking about growth, or I just okay? There's a thing I was supposed to say before we went into this, is that you don't get rich overnight. Nobody gets rich overnight. Even your lottery money, if you win lottery, you win $10,000, you will likely lose everything. So now that's where you put structure to your growth. So I can identify your individual financial independence plan per year. So let me use a business. Let me use Facebook digital marketing, where you have expenditure of ads, where you have the expenditure of products for some persons, and then you are looking at having maybe your closest financial independence here is 30, when you be 30. And so you are making monthly, you make $1,000, and then you identify all your expenditures. So how, for you at 30, what do you define as your financial independence? So maybe your expenditure on a total is $200, and then sorry, your expenditure is $800, and then $200 is not enough to run what you want to run for a man at 30. So that is not enough. So now this is when you now step back and create a growth plan, because that's what financial management is all about: getting sustainable plans, getting sustainable structures. So how do we do that? I usually advise that when you make your income, you part it. So if you spend now, let me use naira. If you spend 2,000 naira on a particular as capital for any business, or you spend 20,000 naira as capital for any business, and then your outcome as a total was 100,000 naira. I advise, okay, your total was 110,000 naira. So I usually advise that you take out your capital from your total income, and then it leaves you with 90,000 naira. Taking out your capital is so that you know what exactly is your profits in quotes, because that's yeah. So when you take out your expenditure, when you take out your capital, it leaves you with 90,000 naira, and then you break it into three parts. So we're going to be breaking it, you're going to be breaking your income into three parts. That leaves you with 30,000, 30,000, 30,000. One part you put it aside for business maintenance, like I used to call it, or business development plan. Then okay, for one third you put it for business development plan. Second third, the next one third, you put it for running of um, running of your business activities which you are already used to, activities which you indulge in every day for that particular business. And then the last one third, you put it for personal profit, or as it suits you. You can take out that and for your personal gain. But now we have two thirds back into the business, one as a future plan, one as a future development plan and the other for present running. This is how we run sustainable businesses. If you take out more than one third for personal use, you are likely to run bankrupt in a very short while. So there's how we distribute the money. So the one thought, like Mr. Kenneth said for the ClickBank affiliate, he was talking about a certain, yeah, I hope I can use the example. He was talking about a certain time when one of the persons that do the affiliate marketing gave a 4-hour window for a particular product. He wasn't expecting it. So this is where our first future development plan one thought comes in. So you can now take out money. Probably you did not have plans for such an opening. You were not thinking, it's not a regular expenditure for your business. So you're not thinking about it. But then there's this opportunity that comes up, and then you've kept that one thought for all your businesses, for all your income. You kept that particular one. It has grown. You're not supposed to touch that except for such openings for this. So for except for such opportunities like this. So you have that one thought that has grown over time. Don't be tempted to touch it because you never know when big opportunities come your way, when things that you were not expecting, just like this. Then you take her from there, and then that is a very big development plan. Take her from there and then put it in for something like that. So for some, it might be a property acquisition, maybe a property in a choice area, setting, for I don't know how it works for crypto traders, but it is not something that is usual with your daily running activities. So that's for our first one third. And the second one third runs for your daily business, buying of data, buying of products, selling, paying for ads. It depends on the business you are running. So you should be careful to identify your one source, your future development plan, your expansion plan. That's your expansion plan. It might not be expansion into the same niche you are currently in. It might be expansion into maybe an upselling, something related, something that will just make you personally as a businessman grow bigger. Then the second one is it's contained only for your niche. So you keep your second one third for your business. So there's not a time when you are saying you don't have money to run your business, to run your daily activities. So why I advise that you share your money into percentages is that, so if you from your first sale, let's say your first time, we always have our first outcome. Some people have it very, very low, some people have it at a very good average sum. So let's say for your first profits for any business you indulge in, it gave you 90,000 naira and you intend to grow. So if it gave you 90,000 naira in the first time and you divided it in these parts, there is the possibility where the next outcome might be lower. Yes. So that is why you should maintain this sharing method. So if you have a lower outcome, you still have money to run. You don't skip your sharing pattern and then run into other funds. So we've not talked about thank you. We've not talked about our personal, because it's personal. I don't know what to use your personal money to do. So keep your personal money personal. If it's what you use to give your parents, some first send to siblings, some send to parents, some give it as to. There are so many things we do with our personal funds. So you don't touch your personal money. That's kept aside, and then you are able to eat day to day. Because of course, it's the healthy man that runs a business. So that is very delicate. And by all means, make sure there's a part kept for your personal use. You don't run in haggard saying because you're trying to build a business. No, that's not how it works. So a healthy man is a person that grows a healthy business. So keep that in mind. Now let's come back to, so now for the time when you run short, you don't get a profit of up to 20,000 or up to 90,000 naira. You are not going to stay in line with whatever profit came. Let's say 60,000 naira profit came in. Then you still do that division, that is 20, 20, 20. That's why we have charts run for various businesses. There are times when there are highs and there are times when there are lows. If we put our personal funds into our business chart, it alters your growth, it defies your growth. Your chart is going to be lying, yes, because you had altered it. That's why we have, I think it's airdropping, they call it in crypto, yes, when somebody just puts in money and funds, then it goes so high, and then all of a sudden everything comes low. Yes, I'm not very, very knowledgeable about that. But I'm just telling you what happens when you take out your personal money and put it. The persons can hold that risk, fine. It's okay if you know how to go about it. But for the person who is just starting in business, to manage your finances properly, you have to be strict with these three aspects, with these three thirds of your business funds. Now let's come back to our daily running. So for the time when you have 60,000 as opposed to your first 90,000, you now take out 20,000. Stay with your 20,000. It could even bring more than the first 90,000 brought. Maybe due to the season, things go high during festive period. So if you stick with your growth percentage, yes, that's what I call it. If you stick with your growth percentage, it brings out an outcome, and then you now have something to look at when next you're coming back to your financials. You're saying, okay, in October, November, December, this was what I used, and it brought out such outcomes. So what was responsible for this? Then we can go on to say, okay, it was because of the holiday period, many people were doing this, many people were buying cows, many people were buying rice, and then it was on the high side, and because you had bought earlier, it was now, okay, you get, or many people were already on their leave period, they were now at home with family, they had more times on their phone, so you could see your adverts and click. Yes, that's how we read our financials when you keep to your percentage. Now that's how to structure growth. For this session, I am more keen about you sticking to your structures, sticking, because that's how people grow. Like I said earlier, nobody grows overnight. So you must keep to your plans. That's if at all you want to make plans. You must keep to your plans from the plans kept from the beginning, and then don't alter them. And this goes on to say, if likely you're a crypto trader and you're not doing it for the short term, you're not scalping like some of us did when we started. If you're not scalping, if you're making long-term financial plans, please don't forget your plans when the market comes down, because nobody ever said the market won't go down. Yes, the market will always go down. But if you've made a 10-year, 5-year, 2-year plan, and then in middle of your first year, the market goes down, what's your business? I mean, you're not making a 6 months plan, you're making a 2 years plan. So anything can happen, or according to your plan, you must have made your analysis. You stick to your plan. That's how people grow. We don't make impulse get a raise. We don't leave the market at impulse. So it's very keen to stick to your plan. Stick to your plan. So, all right, I hope you're getting something from this. So now, how do we go ahead to make future financial independence plan? And that is away from our business planning. So these few points I've given before now about your business percentage will help you grow your business in a structure. It will help you steady your growth. So now, if you are planning to make it, now that's where I didn't mention that. Whereas why many persons will tell you make smart goals, make goals that are specific and measurable. So I've told you how to structure your income. So if you already had the mind of making $5,000 at the end of a certain period of time, and then you look back and then you check this your structural growth, and then you see maybe over a period of 4 months how your growth how your business has grown. It's possible to predict or to assume at what level you'll be in the next 4 months or in the next 1 year. So, but if you check the outcome of that assumption of analysis and it does not tally with what you intend to be in a year's time, now this is where you make your difference. This is where you make your management. This is where you impute other plans. I encourage that persons go into multiple streams of income. So you could be doing two things. You could be blogging, you could be trading. Yes, all of the things that has been taught here from our first speaker, Chisom Utibe. Yes, so you could be doing all of these things as channels for income. You could be trading crypto. You could have your money in places where others are trading for you. It depends on what's comfortable with you. So now when you have looked at what plan you have for your 30th year, for your 40th year, for your 50th year, and your current structure does not bring it out, does not produce that outcome. What you now do is now scale. So there's scaling in numbers, there's that scaling in bits. You scale in the coverage of a particular business, and then there's scaling in that now you scale into other businesses, not just scaling in your current business. So if you check your your goal, your financial independence plan, and you see that it does not tally with your current growth system. Your current growth system will not produce the amount you're looking for a particular year. Now you strategize, you pick out other businesses, other skills you have, other ways you can legitimately make more money, and then you work towards your, because it is most important to work with our end goal. So even while we are structuring growth, we make development plans, we improve ourselves so we can also meet up with our. Because if you only stay with your structured development plan, if you only stay with what your current business can give you over time, you might not get to where you're going to, truthfully. Because there are a couple of businesses I have started, I've done, and if I stayed at it, I would have still been earning some meager amount. But no, move, and then if you have what is on your mind already, you don't step back, you don't get less, you keep going for better. So now that is it about planning for financial independence. For some, they increase while you increase in your businesses, while you increase your the scaling rate of whatever business you're doing. Now there's investment. So some invest in stocks, some invest in bonds, some invest in property, in estates. It depends on what's convenient with you. And this is not the class for advice on which you should go with. For every investment you intend to do, it is up to you to do your due diligence. Yes, you owe yourself that. It is your money. It is what you want to grow. So now, for the person that wants to grow a certain amount in a 20-year period, you should hug compound interest. Anything that gives you compound interest, please hug it. Stay with it. Don't leave it. No. Mm-mm. That's the way to attain certain goals. Yes, certain goals. That's the way to attain it. So what have I said so far? I've said what is money to you, what makes you money, how do you make money, how do you spend your money, what is your financial independence plan, what is your financial independence goal. And like I said, it differs per year. It should be flexible. You should be able to change it. When you're 25, you're thinking something else for your 30th year, change it. When you're 30, you're thinking something else for your 40th, adjust it. So our goals should be flexible. Apart from being specific and measurable, they should also be flexible. So the most important thing is to have where you want to be at a time in your mind. You should have where you want your business to take you. This foreign business you are doing might not be what will take you to the financial independence plan you have for your 40th year or for your 50th year, for your 60s. So don't don't stay stuck in one plan. So if there are any questions, you can leave your questions in the comment section. Yes. Thank you very much. I hope you learned a thing or two from managing your finances with Breezy. Yes, how to plan and manage your finance. Thank you very much, Jax, for this opportunity. Bye, guys.